İyi akşamlar arkadaşlar. Good evening one more time, dear viewers and prospective audience and students. We're happy to be with you one more time at the 7th edition of the Istanbul Gelişim publicity program. With us this evening are two respected professors of ours from the Faculty of Engineering. For the first time, we have two professors from the same department. What a wonderful coincidence. With us this evening is an associate professor of ours from the Faculty of Engineering, Department of Civil Engineering, Associate Professor Dr. Suleiman. I hope I didn't murder the name. Katrush. And also with us is Assistant Professor Dr. Masood Derakshad. I hope also I didn't murder the name. And always, like I say, with my best buddy around on the job, Umut Jan. Good evening. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So welcome again, professors. I would like to welcome one more time, and also, as you know, the Instagram live stream is somehow up to 60 minutes. So therefore, we will try to give information, the best part of our university to our audiences and to our prospective students. And also I would like to announce to our prospective students that you can see our WhatsApp number on the bottom of your screen, which is 0500 31 088 2297. So today we have one of the most preferred department in our live stream, which is civil engineering. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask your questions. And also, after our live stream, you can ask your questions through our WhatsApp number, so our professors could answer for your questions. So welcome again. I would like to start the session with Professor Suleiman. Professor Suleiman, welcome. Can you please briefly introduce yourself and give information about your experiences?
Thank you very much. I am Suleiman Khatroush, graduated from University of Benghazi, Libya, and that's my BSc or bachelor degree. And then I had my MSc from University of Sheffield in England, and my PhD from Surrey University, also in England. I work as an academic for about 24 years at the University of Benghazi in Libya, and I work as a consultant civil engineer for more than 14 years. And also when I was a staff member in the university, I was also doing consultations involved in many large projects in Libya. Some are done by companies and some by government authority. So I mix between the academic and a practical experience.
So Professor Suleiman, beside the academic part, you mean you have worked in the sector, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's great for our students.
Yes, but as a consultant, not as a manager.
That's great.
So it's just the consulting work is a work which is a special work, which can be done by the people who has got experience and high level of qualifications. So my special subject within the civil engineering is the geotechnical engineering, and that's related to the work of anything under the ground. I mean, with the soil, rocks, like foundations, underground structures, and tunneling, things like that.
So you have a huge experience, past experience. So our students need to somehow use your professor and your past experience.
Yes, that's what I am hoping to do. And so I am now associate professor in Gelişim University. I am trying to do my best and to transfer my experience to my students as much as I can, and try to show them what the civil engineering work looks like and what the profession is actually what's the problems they can face, not only just giving them knowledge, a theoretical knowledge. Within the theoretical knowledge also it's good. I feel that someone who have, I mean, the academician should have some experience in the field of civil engineering, of course, maybe in another human science or something like that, you may not need that, but for a practical work like a practical kind of profession like civil engineering, you need to combine both. So students will benefit more from you.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so. Thank you so much. Professor Masoud, welcome to our online session. Can you please briefly introduce yourself and could share your experience with our audiences?
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, marhaba. Hi to everyone who is watching us. And I'm so happy to be here and share my ideas and experiences. I'm not as experienced as our professor is. This is actually obvious from our face. I'm new, actually. I am Masoud Rakhshande. I'm from Iran. I'm coming from a lovely village. His name is Pasban at the south of Iran. Very hot place. These days they are experiencing very hot days. And I have graduated from Shiraz University as a bachelor student in chemical engineering. Then I have shifted to environmental chemical engineering during my master. I did my master in Amir Kabir University of Tehran. Then again, a big shift I did in my PhD. I completely did my PhD in environmental engineering, purely environmental engineering. And I'm an expert in actually environmental side, and energy, renewable energy, and how to take advantage of energy and how to integrate in building in new models of designing buildings. That part, you may be curious about how it comes. A chemical engineer that shifted to environmental engineering and is a faculty member in civil engineering. That is actually the strength of our department, actually. You know, in most of the time, civil engineering projects, it comes with some environmental issues.
Yeah.
One of the most famous one maybe, I think just before the COVID-19 actually show up, there was discussion about Istanbul project.
Yeah, yeah.
As a civil engineer point of view, every civil engineer would like to do such a project, believe me. But when it comes alongside with the environmental issues and aspects, we would say, wait, let's see some, is there any environmental effects, side effects or not? So I thank our universities actually for having such a vision about the department and all the universities actually. Yes, that's
so you mean there is interaction between civil and environmental engineering, right?
Yes, generally, actually, in the world, most universities, civil engineering and environmental engineering are the same department. They are basically integrated. For example, for wastewater treatment system, you need to conduct this wastewater to a facility, then you treat. That treatment part, the process part is our specialty. But to conduct this sewage, how you design these channels to bring all a city or a region to the same point is the kind of civil engineering.
So we started the session with a full energy. We directly went to somehow specific details. Actually, in the coming questions, we have prepared some other questions regarding the specific of your departments. And Professor Masoud, I would like to continue with you. In this part, I will be as a prospective student. Okay. I will ask my question like as I'm a prospective student. So as you know, right now our audiences are somehow international students and also Turkish students who are going to choose civil engineering in English language as well. So for many our international students, they even don't know Istanbul Gelişim University, and even they don't know where is located Istanbul Gelişim University. Therefore, I would like to ask my question as a prospective student. In a view of prospective student, there are many universities in Turkey, especially in Istanbul. There are many governmental and private universities. So why should I choose Istanbul Gelişim University?
Yeah, very good questions. Actually, Istanbul Gelişim University, you can find many universities, but a few of them are in Istanbul, and just one of them is Istanbul Gelişim University. And that is why you should select Istanbul Gelişim University.
So Gelişim means development, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Gelişim means development, at the same time growing. And yes, it has many actually English words in the same meaning it contains. So from the name, actually, you can see the vision of our university toward the future. We are planning for the future. It doesn't mean with the time being opportunities, for the time being state of the knowledge. We are not training the students to be to stay at that level. We are training the student. We have the mission or the vision to train them for the future needs as well. And you know, the knowledge is changing. Yeah. If I give an example, the day, for example, when the bridge on the Istanbul Strait have been built, the aim was just to connect these two sides. Asian
continent,
side,
right?
Yeah, two continents. Yes, our Istanbul is in a bicontinental city. Actually, it splits between two continents, Asia and Europe. That time they have built this bridge to connect these two sides. But now Istanbul is a masterpiece of art. Many people come here as a tourist. Every time I pass this bridge, I like to walk, actually. I like to go at the middle of the bridge and take selfies, but there is no that opportunity. It hasn't been designed for that. It hasn't been designed to be as a touristic, object as well. It could be designed in other way, actually. For example, I would like to have a tunnel under this strait, which is full glass, and I can walk from this side to other side. This is my imagination as a civil engineer.
I hope in the future you will plan this project for Istanbul.
I mean, if a student comes here to Istanbul Gelişim University, they should have imaginations about their own future. And by the way, Istanbul is from north side, it's limited to the shore of, located in the shore of Black Sea. And from the south, it is Marmara Sea. And we have Istanbul Strait at the middle with very, very rich cultural values in Istanbul. Very, very masterpiece of arts and architecture you can find in Istanbul. Yes, there may be cities more ancient than Istanbul as well. For example, we don't have pyramids as there is in Egypt. But at the same time, Egypt, it doesn't have this actually geographic position, actually. So there is many benefits.
But also Istanbul is one of the ancient cities around the world.
Most of the, yes. And Istanbul by itself is a gallery, actually. You can find many things in that. As a civil engineering point of view, you have hydrology here. You have one of the biggest airports here in Istanbul. And you have many architecture, actually, which every one of them is a masterpiece. When you look and just sit, you will feel a comfort inside them. For example, I would suggest everyone to visit Hagia Sophia Mosque, which have been reopened to be as a mosque lately, and many other places as well in Istanbul. By the way, there is other actually other points.
So before starting the giving information about advantage of the university, I mean, you gave really good informations about Istanbul. So as a prospective student, if I didn't see Istanbul before, I wish I could see you motivated in a really good way. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I might add something that the location of Gelişim University is very good, and it is on. It has an access to every place in Istanbul. All kind of transportation ways is available near the.
So especially metro bus line.
Metro bus line and the buses, the autobus as they call it here, is available to go to every place. So it's also the area of Avcılar, we can say, is full of dormitory and student hostel, things like that. So it becomes something like a student place.
Yeah.
It's a good for the one who want to choose Gelişim because of these advantages. And I think the name of Gelişim is also. When I came for the first time, I don't know what does it mean Gelişim, but I don't know Turkish at that time. But when I through Google translation, they say development. Development is a good name, yes, and I think I have been here for 2 years in Gelişim, and there is development actually. Every time I hear that the new department
yes.
Is added, and the system, computer system or administration communication system or something like that is improved, and every time there is a good communication with the staff member and the students. There is a friendly environment in Gelişim. It's really the one who comes, he can mix with a lot of foreign students. We have got a lot of foreign students here.
By the way, we are a very young university, right, in Turkey when we compare to other universities. Istanbul Gelişim University, as a university, we are right now 9 years old.
Sure. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, but the development is fast. I mean, it's growing very fast.
Yes.
And I think this is a good advantage. And you can get, I mean, I think 60 departments.
Of our departments, yeah, accredited internationally.
60 departments, so that's a good advantage as well, because the one who want to come to Gelişim, he can choose between a variety of departments.
Yes.
It can satisfy his desire and his, I mean, the thing he looks for.
Especially for our international students, accreditation is very important, because when they graduate from a university or department which is accredited, it means their diploma is somehow accredited in other countries as well, and it is in a standard of European countries.
Yes, and the availability of English programs, which is about 25 departments here, is it make advantage to the Gelişim, because if you study in English language, you can have an opportunity to work outside, or I mean outside Turkey, not only
it's the language of the world.
You are not limited to the work
exactly
here. You can work with any other international company.
Yeah. So, Hocam, you highlighted the somehow success of the Istanbul Gelişim University. So, when we look or search Istanbul Gelişim University in Google, let's say, how we will see Istanbul Gelişim University? What's the success of the Istanbul Gelişim University?
Yes, our university, while being very young, let me give you an example of why being young is important. Everybody knows Usain Bolt. He was an Olympic runner, isn't it? He did the record, the world record when he was young. Can he repeat now? He will never. Being young is a very good advantage. Our system is the last advanced systems, laboratories they have bring, and they are also continually developing. This is some advantage of being new, actually. So this is our PowerPoint point for those who want to prefer our universities. By the way, our universities in the last years, they could hit the very good rankings, times higher education if prospective students or they would like to search. We have hit, I think, 96 rank from the category of quality of education, and between the general ranking, we think we are between 400 to 600. We stay there.
So this ranking is among the universities all around the world or Turkey?
This category, you know, time higher education has different categories.
Yes.
From the category of quality of education, we are the 96th in the world. And the general category also, 400 to 600 also, we are in the general category of board ranking for the universities. And also, statistically, we have more than 30,000 students, among them about 2,200 foreign students. We have them here. And also, as you say, 60 programs we have accredited by very qualified accreditation institutions like Abbott or Pearson institutes have been accredited by them.
Yeah, and also we should highlight this point as well, that we have the highest number of accredited program in Turkey.
Yeah, and actually I think during last 5 years we have been among the top 3 universities have been selected by Turkish students among the private universities inside Turkey.
Thank you so much, dear respected professors, dear viewers. Taking a look at what has been brought forth by our professors, you will see that at Istanbul Gelişim University, a lot is at the plate, a lot is at the table. Within a very short time, the trajectory is laudable, the milestone is applaudable within a very short span of time. That being said, I'm going to take on Professor Suleiman. Like I usually say, for the non-Turkish, I'm going to interchange the word hocam. It simply means for a non-native professor, or as you wish, you could say teacher. Hocam, can you give more information? Masudo just said so much about the bridge construction. I'm sure the prospective student and the viewers are fascinated. Oh my God. I remember one of my friends, his doctoral thesis was about the cost overrun of dams, dam construction by the World Bank, funded by the World Bank. Yeah. It was massive figures and all of that. And we've seen a lot of piling activities. You talked about the soil testing. Yes. As a matter of fact, my background is in agricultural science. I took some geoscience courses, and I have a background about those basics, soil test and all of that. So that being said, given that our audience are very juvenile, can you give a tic-tac 1, 2, 3 step on what is civil engineering and in the context of Istanbul Gelişim University?
Yes. Let me first introduce the civil engineering history, for example, you can say. Just start with this one.
Please go ahead.
I mean, civil engineering is something related to the civil needs or civilian people needs. I mean, what the civilian people need is different than what the military people need. So it's the name comes from that. So the civilian always looking for a good life.
Amenities.
Yeah, and a life which is comfortable and good and easy. So the civil engineer actually helping the people to live a good civilian life. That's the civil engineer. So how he is doing that is by different kind of construction projects. That's the people benefit from it. And like bridges, for example, because the people need us to cross a river or to cross the roads or something like that. He has to make bridges. And people need us to protect themselves from flood, for example. They build dams, okay, or to generate electricity. So they build dams and they use the energy of water to generate electricity, for example. So who built the dam, who built the bridge is the civil engineer. And also the infrastructure, for example, the water supply systems in the city, and the waste disposal systems, or the sewage systems in the, that's very, it's under the ground and nobody sees it, but it's very important. You cannot live without it. So that's a job of civil engineer. Since long time, you can say that the civil engineering is starting with the beginning of mankind, because he started with building his house to protect himself from, I mean, rain or from other things. So then now we're building a very tall building. This tall building is, for example, of 30 multi-story building is one example. So we are near to that. And the civil engineer should calculate everything for that building. That building should stand to resist any kind of loads. Earthquake loads, it will stand against earthquake of high forces of earthquake, and also it can resist wind. So the civil engineer work on this very much to make this the structure or the project safe, economic, and with good quality. And also choosing the good material for certain buildings. For example, very tall buildings of 100 stories, you might not be able to use concrete because the concrete is heavy. So you use other kind of material like steel. It's lighter. And if you want to do a quick building, for example, you can use, for example, precast. You can do it very quickly. Yes. But in those systems, there are different systems. The civil engineer is doing that, doing all the calculations. With the development of computers and the availability of the civil engineer used to, long time ago, to calculate everything by hand, so that he was limited to do a big project. It was difficult for him. It will take long time to calculate, and maybe it's not accurate calculations, and he cannot take care of every kind of loading or every kind of environmental action. But nowadays, with the help of the computers, they can do a lot of big projects and tall buildings and long span bridge. And if you come to Istanbul, you can see it's a gallery, as our friend said, a gallery of civil engineering works. Even here around us, there is a lot of civil engineering
spending
things.
Less energy, making great.
Yes. So the civil engineer can do a lot of variety of infrastructure work and other engineering work, which is very important for the civilian life. That's why it is called civil engineer.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Hocam. So you really good highlighted who is civil engineering. And also you already, I mean, in your speech, you started from the ancient time.
Yes.
And you showed that civil engineer is a person who is valuable standing behind the scene. Yeah, this is very good thing.
Yes.
But I will continue my question also like this. So as you know, we have many departments in Istanbul Gelişim University. For the undergraduate programs, we have more than 70 programs. Yes. And also more than 60 associate degree programs, as well as we have master and PhD programs.
Yes.
And 60 of our programs are accredited internationally by ACAS, ABET, and Pearson, also AHPGC. So, as a prospective student, why should I not choose any other department but choose civil engineering in Istanbul Gelişim University?
In Istanbul Gelişim University, one can choose civil engineering department for many reasons. One of them is good staff members, graduated from good schools with good experience. So that's one advantage we have got in Gelişim. And at Gelişim, the curriculum program was adjusted and done according to the requirement of ABIT. And so that it's included many modern kind of subjects the new civil engineer can help him in his career later on. So example of that is we give the students a core courses in civil engineering, which is about 50%, and some basic courses in science and different science topics, mathematics like that. And there is about 25 to 30% elective courses, which is help the students to choose the area he like within the civil engineering. So he can choose from the elective courses the area he like. So we provide him with the core courses and the elective courses, and that's a good advantage. And the other thing, there is a training. The student we are not, for example, just teaching the student, give him the knowledge only. So that's not the way we are doing in civil engineering. We are trying to let the students learn by himself how he can acquire knowledge. Not to give him everything, but to give him how to search by himself through small projects, for example, and the final project as a design project, small design projects like small buildings, things like that, small dams, he has to practice how to search himself for the data he used for his design, learn him how to use the codes of practice and how to follow them, and so that he can make a good design and economical design. And that's the way we are trying to establish in our department. And the other thing is we have laboratories in the department, and we show the students some experiment work, and he can see some practical. He can do the experiment himself, so that he can learn more. Because if he sees something, it's better than if just take a mathematical thing or theoretical thing. So he can also go to the laboratory and do the experiment himself. So that's
you somehow explained it. The department. I wish I could study at the Department of Civil Engineering.
Yes, the other thing is that because of nowadays the day of computers and day of advanced technology. So we have a computer labs, and the students should learn how to do the drawings by the computer, using the different techniques, and how to implement computer programming into the analysis of buildings and the analysis of the other kind of civil engineering projects.
One more thing I wanted to add. Maybe some students, they don't have idea about what does an accredited program means. When some program is accredited, it means when you have your diploma and you want to, for example, work in a foreign company,
Especially our international students.
For
right?
our international students, maybe a matter of question here.
Yeah.
They, without any being worried, they can go and show their diploma. I have a accredited diploma by this institution. So it is very important. And so this was the point I wanted to add. And here we have both Turkish and English programs, which takes 4 years of study in our department. And as professor said, 30% is elective, selective courses, so they can take from other departments based on their attitudes as they may like.
Hocam, there are some students, as you stated, it's in Turkish and in English language. So there are some students, they are asking that, what if I choose the department which is taught in English language? Will it be 100% in English, or there will be somehow Turkish education as well too?
No, for our English program, it is English because we have international students, and it will be fully English.
Also professors are as well foreign mostly.
So we are there because of that, to have it fully in English. And for those who have they are planning to work in Turkish, we have Turkish programs are there. By the way, even foreigners can take part in Turkish programs. It doesn't mean that it is compulsory for them to go to English program.
Yes.
They may like Turkish language, they learn Turkish, and they can register in a Turkish program.
Thank you so much, dear respected professor. Dr. Masood, I'm going to stick to you one more time. We've seen over the years lots of ups and downs, like the Great Depression, like the global crisis, and more recently we had the global pandemic. It changed the way we lived our lives. It changed our lives, like we were talking before the recording. Professor Suleiman said this is the first time he's coming to the university in the last couple of months, because our lives changed because of the pandemic. So as a teacher, as a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, how has this changed your relationship, your teaching methodology within you and your student, and your research life as a professor and as a faculty member? Just briefly, I think our time is fast spent already.
Okay. Actually, I think it was 14th of March with this COVID-19 show up. And so at the first day, we were so worried about the health of our students. They were using Metrobus, and it is very crowded here. So it was very necessary to take emergency steps toward an online education system. Our university showed that it was like we were ready for that. And I think in a matter of less than 2 weeks time span, we could completely change to an online system. At the first years, we had some problems. I remember we were recording videos to upload. It takes time.
Of course, the system totally changed.
Yes, and we don't
normal.
know. We are taking videos, but we don't know how big is that, because the system has limitations. Until after I think 3 weeks or 1 month, it was fully online. We were just the courses were the teacher were narrating the courses, providing, and the student was listening, and the feedbacks was very good. And the exams, we did all of our exams online, and actually we have adapted to this situation very, very fast, very, very well, thanks to our IT department efforts during that day. They were, I think, one of the most important, busiest department of our university.
Also, as far as I heard from our professors, our distance education office, they worked very hard. Whenever any of our professors sent an email, directly at the same time, they were responding the emails as well.
Yes.
Exactly.
I remember that I made a mistake in putting 20 questions to choose from the 48 questions that I put for one subject, because it says the number of questions, and I said, okay, it doesn't mean the question bank, what you put in the question bank, but I put 48 instead. So next day he said to me, he phoned me and said, oh, you're putting 48 and is for 25 minutes. Is that okay? I said to him, no, not okay. I want only 20. I thought that the system is doing it by itself. And he said, no, you have to put the number of questions that you want to ask to the questions. And the others is a bank so that you can manipulate between them. So not every student got the same questions, and that's a good idea. So quickly I changed it. So it was a good response and very quickly, and so that we managed to change things. And I remember a friend of mine who is he's also a professor, but he's young like he.
You are also young. You are also young, yeah.
Not very young. So he said to me, what did you do in your university? I said to him, he's a Libyan. I said to him, well, we continue quite happily, everything. He said, how you did it? I said, through online teaching, and everything goes okay, and we did the examinations, and so. He said, you did it. I said, yes, I did it. So he think I am very old. I cannot. I said to him, the system is very simple, and it's so friendly, so you can easily understand it.
Okay, that being said, dear viewers, it's very obvious that the Istanbul Gelişim University family, it's a very spontaneous family where we had faculty members in line with our supportive staff members of the university brazen up to the challenge in the COVID period. So it means we didn't waste our students' time. Those that are meant to graduate are going to graduate on record time. So this is one strength, and we also encourage you, if you want to make your choice. This is a family that, let me use the word, that got your back in terms of issues. Furthermore, I'm going to pose the question to any of you. If I decide to take up a program, probably the students are wondering, I usually make this joke to say this is the $1 million question. Is there a possibility to take 2 degrees from a one-shot degree program? Are there possibilities, or what we popularly call the double major program?
Yes, actually we are here not to stop students. We are going to promote them. And if they show a good performance, we give them the second opportunity to go for actually second major. And we assume that their main branch is civil engineering. But if they perform a good performance, like for example, there is some condition they should fulfill until they have the second branch as the minor one. So for example, the average, I think it must be 2.72 out of 4, and then they should be among 20% success, full range rate of that student group actually, and to go to a minor program, as their second program. It cannot be before the 3rd semester, and it should not be after the 6th semester, if they want to apply. And if they fulfill the condition, we provide them, and they are allowed to do that.
Okay, just for the want of time, we're going to move on to the next question. I'm just going to add here that, to our prospective student, that the second shot at the double major program is absolutely free. However, the system requires some level of aptitude from the student in terms of grade point average and some other requirements. So in the bottom line is that it's possible to take 2 degrees at no cost.
No cost.
And you increase your employment opportunity, like Prof. Suleiman has highlighted. The opportunities are available. And I think, I don't know if you have further...
we already highlighted many advantages of our university, but there is only another one more question that I wanted to ask, which is, as you know, many of our students are coming from another countries, and when they come here for their education and during their education as well, they want to go and study abroad. As a prospective student, when I choose Istanbul Gelişim University, do I have chance to go and study abroad?
Yeah, this is very important to experience a new, actually, academic environment, to get familiar with a new system, actually, and they can have actually compare this system here with other countries. We have very good active exchange programs with the European countries from the programs like Erasmus and Erasmus Plus programs. They can visit Germany, Portugal. I think there are many opportunities which this agreement may change. Actually, when they come here, they can follow that in more detail. And also there is bilateral agreement between our university and other universities all over the world, for example, with South Korea or Japan, which they fall out of Erasmus, actually, exchange programs. We have all those opportunities available for our
So you mean
students.
Unlimited opportunities?
Unlimited.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Masood, also Professor Masood. We're going to ask their well-experienced professor, Professor Suleiman. This is a question goes to you. You've said so many interesting, fascinating things about civil engineering. Having a dad from the electrical engineering background, you're changing my mind, you're changing my passion. So if a student undertakes a degree in civil engineering from the faculty in which you are a faculty member and takes up a degree, what are the possibilities? What are the prospects for such students? Are there possibilities? You said before you were a consultant. What are the possibilities? What are the green lights? What are the opportunities of a graduate of civil engineering, especially from Istanbul Gelişim University?
Yes. There is a lot of opportunity for the civil engineer who graduated from this university to get the job he like easily. Because first, here in Turkey, the construction industry is very large industry in Turkey.
It's booming.
Yes, and a lot of very good and big companies, they're working even outside Turkey and taking a lot of big contracts outside in Africa, in Gulf states, and in Asian states, Azerbaijan or others. So many. I have connection with them when I was doing consultations in Libya. We have plenty of. So there is a lot of opportunity for the work in the construction. The construction. I mean, most of our graduated students from this university, they or from other civil engineering and any other universities, when they graduate, they go and work in private sector. More than 80% they go for private sector, and the private sector is very large and growing very fast. And the civil engineer especially can easily, if he got just 1 or 2 years experience, to later on open his own private business. It is not difficult for the civil engineer. But it should be 1 or 2 years experience he should get from with other
field work,
with other
firms.
So he will know. Otherwise, just to get familiar with the profession. But it is so. I used to have students who graduated when I was teaching in Libya, and later on I found them having big companies, and in few years, because it is not difficult for the civil engineer to do. There is a lot of work in civil engineering. It's anything you think is for the civilian life is a civil engineering. So that so many small consulting office. Some of them they work as a contractor. Some of them they work as a design office. They made a small design office and then they grow up, and it's not that difficult. So I think there is a lot of opportunity in the civil engineering it's something that's normal. And I think the one who choose civil engineering in this university will get the knowledge and the tools that will make him able to do his own business or to be successful with working with in a bigger project.
So it's a wise choice.
Yes, wise choice.
Thank you so much, Hocam. Just I want to, ask one more question regarding the social activities of the university, because we have studied the other things of the university, and also we even give information about the history of Istanbul and also history of your department. But so as a prospective students, if I ask, what kind of social activities do you offer for your students? Because will be there always education, or there will be there will be
some relaxing
as well. If you could briefly with 2 or 3 words highlight this point as well, it would be really better.
There is so many activities in the university. I'm not involved in that, but I see around when I gave lectures, especially in the tower here. I come across a lot of clubs that they made a lot of clubs, and the student can join the clubs and the club he like, and that's a good social work. I like that because it will. It's not a matter of just teaching the students and fill their mind of knowledge. But it's also important to let the student learn how to communicate with others.
Yes.
Because actually we are in a construction project. We are not working. Okay, it's maybe mostly civil engineering project, but there is a mechanical engineer, there is an electrical engineer. If they cannot work as a group, then they will not be successful. So that we have to encourage this kind of activities so that he will learn how to communicate, because the job of civil engineer needs the ability of good communication.
So Hocam, you mean Istanbul Gelişim University is not only developed with its education system, but also developed with its social activities.
Yes, it's important.
I just wanted to add some point. Just one point. As a profession, some students may think, after I finish my education, I want to have my own company, for example. While this is being risky, our university gives value for new startups. They have started a new plan to support new startup plan with very low risk and provide electricity, telephone line, and small offices for them to continue their own job.
Also the civil engineering program, they have got the theoretical and the practical courses, but also we have it's a compulsory for the student to do summer internship, and that's for about 2 months, and they have to allocate it in certain company, in certain project in summer, and divide it in 2 parts, and then they have to submit a report about their work so that they see the real life and the real civil engineering life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear viewers. Thank you so much, dear respected professor. We are going to draw the curtain this evening. For more information, you can get from the official page of Istanbul Gelişim University, which is www.istanbul.edu. gelishim.edu.tr, I beg your pardon for that. There are more scholarship opportunities. You can see the array of opportunities there open to prospective student. If you stay around the neighborhood, you can check us at our live location, whereby the supporting staff and faculty members are willing to receive and attend to your question. So in a nutshell, we are closing today by saying that the Civil Engineering Department of Istanbul Gelişim University is the next breed of engineering generation with lots of prospects and lots of area of opportunities in the future because of the vast area of vast opportunities of construction activities around the globe and even in our current location at Istanbul. So that being said, we're going to sign off today with a very interesting cliche we always say in Turkish. It says Gelişime açık olun.
Gelişime.